Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, back to class, and this is Dinna. Today we are going to deal with schools of management thought. What we left over is about human relations approach as well as the behavioral management. First of all, in human relations approach, we will see what is this Houghton studies. This is based on a true experiment that was conducted in Houghton plant in Western Electric, USA. That was during the period of 1924 to 1932, and Elton Mayo is said to be the human relations movement main contributor. So this experiment was conducted to evaluate the attitudes and psychological reactions of workers in a job situation. So Western Electricals employed around 30,000 employees at the time of the experiment. In net exam, most of the questions asked frequently from this human relations approach, especially the Houghton studies. For smooth understanding, this experiment have conducted on 4 phases. For conducting this experiment, Houghton plant have got assistance from National Academy of Sciences. They analyzed problems of low productivity on employees. The first experiment is the illumination experiment, and it was conducted on a group of workers. This was performed to find out the effect of different levels of lighting on the productivity. The brightness of the light was increased as well as it is decreased to find out the effect on the productivity of the test group. Surprisingly, productivity increased when the level of illumination was decreased. So it was concluded that factors other than the light were also important. The next phase is like relay assembly test room. For that, they have selected 2 small groups of 6 female telephone assemblers, and they were kept in separate rooms. From time to time, changes were made in their working hours, lunch break, rest hours. As a result, output increased in both and control rooms, and it was concluded that social relationship among the workers and participation in decision making had a greater effect on productivity and then the working conditions. So that was the assembly test room study. Third stage is like mass interviewing program. In that, 21,000 employees were interviewed over a period of 3 years to find out the reason for the increased productivity, and it was concluded that productivity can be increased if workers are allowed to talk freely about their matters concerning their working condition, wages, etc. The last experiment was banking wire observation room experiment. For that, a group of 14 male workers in the bank wiring room were placed under the observation of 6 months. So the workers' pay depended on the performance of the group as a whole. The researchers thought that the efficient workers would put pressure on the less efficient workers to complete the work. However, it was found that group established its own standard for the output, and social pressure were used to achieve the standards. From this all phases, it is identified that social and psychological factors are responsible for the workers' productivity and satisfaction, as well as the informal relations among the workers also influence the workers' behavior and performance. Then the next was the employees will perform better if they are allowed to participate in decision making, and the employees will also work more efficiently when they believe that management is interested in their welfare. When employees are treated with respect and dignity, they also will improve their performance. So these are the result of Houghton studies that have conducted it. Next, we will see about Maslow's theory of human needs. Abraham Maslow is a practicing psychologist who has developed one of the most widely recognized need theories, a theory of motivation which is based upon the consideration of the human needs. Based on this theory, he have got 3 assumptions. First one is human needs are never completely satisfied, and human behavior is purposefully and motivated by the need of satisfaction, and needs can be classified according to the hierarchical level. And this is the pictorial representation of Maslow's need hierarchy, and it's a pyramid structure. You can see that according to this, the structure is developed into physiological safety, love or belonging, esteem and self-actualization needs. The first 4 is like our deficiency need. It is like a must need, and we know that as the motivation decreases, the needs are met. So the next theory is about theory X and Y, and it was proposed by Douglas McGregor. He was heavily influenced with the Houghton studies as well as the Maslow's need hierarchy. He believed that there are 2 basic kind of managers exist. One type is like theory X manager and has a negative view of employees and assumes that they are lazy, untrustworthy and incapable of assuming the responsibilities they have assigned. On the other hand, the theory Y manager assumes that employees are not only trustworthy, but they are capable of assuming the responsibility they have assigned, but also have high levels of motivation. Next, we will discuss about Argyris theory of adult personality. Chris Argyris explored the concept of the organizational learning and its impact on the company's growth, effectiveness, and adaptability. So, in this theory, he focused on single as well as double loop learning. So, that is represented in a continuum. So, organizational communication and the effects of each on this employee motivation and their accountability based on this and their empowerment. So, this is measured in this theory. So in this continuum, Argyris explains that successful employee empowerment requires management to provide opportunities for the personal growth. So as like a child is growing from immaturity to maturity, and he identified most of the 7 areas where this employees have to be matured enough to get more productive. So please have a look on this, the different areas which Argyris identified to be matured. First one, the passive employee again becoming an active employee. Then the dependent stages again changing into independence. Behavior in few ways again to behavior in many ways. Like the erratic interest into stock deep interest. And the short term perspective again changing into long term perspectives. As well as subordinate position changing into equal or subordinate position. Lack of self-awareness is changing into self-awareness. So next, Rensis Likert and the employee-centered organization. He put forward the concept of employee-centered organization. So less effective organizations have a job-centered focus and they have specialized job, more emphasis on the efficiency and close supervision of workers. Basically, employee-centered organization build effective work groups with high performance goals. So participation is an important approach employed by the high producing managers. So employee-centered approach is always helpful for the productivity. The next approach we are going to see about the quantitative approach. This approach have started during the World War II and the use of staff specialists to help managers to apply the techniques. Software as well as the hardware requirements developments have expanded potential quantitative applications to the managerial problems. So managerial problems has been identified using the quantitative techniques and measurements. So good judgment appreciation for the human factors must accompany use of the quantitative analysis. Next theory or approach we are going to see about the systems. This was put forward by Ludwig von Bertalanffy, and system, it is a collection of interrelated parts that function together to achieve a common purpose. So subsystem is a smaller component of a larger system. There are basically 2 types of system, that is open systems and closed system. So every system has its own boundaries which separate it from the other systems in the environment. In open system, the boundaries are penetrable, and in closed system boundaries cannot be penetrated. In every system there is a flow of information, material as well as the energy. These things enter the system as inputs and exit the system as outputs. The function of the management is to be the linking pin among the various subsystems and facilitate the flow of communication. The input of a business organizations are raw materials, equipment, human effort, technology and information. The output is like the goods and services and satisfaction. The output of a system is always more than the combined output of its parts, and this is always called as synergy. In organization terms, synergy refers to the increase in productivity when separate from departments within an organization cooperate, coexist and interact with each other. The next approach is the contingency approach. According to this approach, management values as well as the concept of various schools have no universal applications. There is no optimal or single best way of doing things under all conditions. So it tries to match the managerial response with the problems and opportunities that is very unique to the different situation. So there is no one best way to manage. So there are different situations to act as contingency. It means that the methods and techniques which were used in one situation cannot apply for the another situation because the situation differs. So the given approach suggests that the task of the manager is to identify what solution in which problem is based on. So thus the managers needs to employ a sort of situational sensitivity. So this theory was put forward by Fred Fiedler. Let's see how these persons have influenced in the human relations approach. First of all, Robert Owen. He was founder of the utopian socialism and the cooperative movement. He is known for its efforts to improve factory working conditions of its workers and promote experimental socialistic communities. So next is Hugo Mintzberg. So he was a German psychologist primarily known as the pioneer of applied psychology. The next is Chester Bernard. He has wrote a book called The Functions of the Executive. In Bernard trusted that was conceived to improve efficiency along with the effectiveness by method of recognized association. So friends, in this video I've given you some important topics about human relations approach as well as the behavioral management. So please do have a look on all these topics in detail so that you can win the exam. Most of the MCQs will be based on this schools of management thought. So please do have a thorough understanding about the schools of thought. Friends, that's all for today. If you have not subscribed or liked my videos, please do that and stay tuned for next video lecture. Thank you. Have a good day ahead.